Governor summons 8th session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly on September 2, 11 a.m. at Assembly Hall. Campaign for just and fair delimitation calls two-day statewide general strike from this midnight, demanding NRC updation before census exercise in the state. Combined team arrests 5 persons and seizes more than 1 kg of suspected opium during a drug operation at Khergaon Awang Sabal Laikai in Imphal East District. Imol Road Management Committee warns of intense protests if repair of Kakching District's Palel to Tecnopal District's Imol Tampak Road does not resume by September. And National Testing Agency NTA announces retest for 3 papers of UGC NET examination, English, Commerce and Sociology, following various complaints about several errors in these papers. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm JOYSHREE USHAM, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Governor has summoned the 8th session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly. In a notification issued today, signed by Assembly Secretary Rohit Sapam on behalf of Governor Ajay Kumar Bhala, the 8th session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly will commence from 11 a.m. on September 2 at the Assembly Hall in Imphal. The session has been summoned under Article 174, Clause 1 of the Constitution of India. Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, JFD called a 2-day statewide general strike from this midnight, demanding that the census in Manipur be halted until the NRC is updated. The strike call was announced after JFD held discussions with leaders of various Naga, Meitei and Meitei Pangal organizations at Wall Club ground in Wangkai Angom Laikai in Imphal East District. JFD has been intensifying its agitation against the census, demanding NRC updation before the exercise.
Census ki self-enumeration hokibase masigi mayokta handana hareba phawdu yadrabani na akhoi ngasi tinbiriba with tongan ba makai ke adagi lakbiriba community mayang leadership aduga campaign for just and fair delimitation da yaw chatminariba task force ki makai ke agi leadership mayam singna kupna handana akhoi khanarba matungda leiriba phibom asida tana tadraba una udraba lengak sigi mafomda hojik Nubinini Subna, I general strike, Taurani, I don't Mayam the Law Talk City. Hariba, general strike, say, Nasi, Numitasigi, midnight, I would Pung Nongai, Matang Lakudina, Matang Tango, Adudigina, Laibatang Tarama Pangi, midnight forward, Local forward, Numinini, general strike, Kojovani.
Representatives of several organizations, indigenous organizations of Manipur, extended support to the JFD called General Strike against the census without NRC updation. Chandil Naga People's Organization Working Committee convener Trisan Saka, Zaliangrong People's Union Manipur and Nagaland President Dr. L. Paume, Foothills Naga Coordination Committee convener Akhui Ngaume and representatives of United Meitei Pangal Committee Manipur extended their support.
Talibu Dabisi Pangdri Pova, Sing the Lady Naga Singsu, Yellow Me Moina, FD Nataliba, Kongjang She, I coach Shogali, to Matam Sana, Daito Loruk Tabanina, a Queen Nasi, Kongjang Sangalapani, Kongjang Sangalapumata, Nagagi Singi, Shirina, Kudimo District Kudimona, Naga Kudimona, Haribo Kongjang is the Sogali, Habo Pomase, I Native People Committee, Ko Convener Moina, Namasi Haini,
State Government OBI, Central Government OBI, Prazana Pamba Tabakta, Tobuduna, Government Gisu, Apabo Oigani, Yehomi, Kudingmak, Naga OBI, Meitei OBI, Namakna, Sogat Pom 2A, Pangan Hariba, Sagaja, Baklaga Ladiba, Akoise, NRC Torpada, Akoi Karigum, the Kiningai Late, Hybasimtan Hizeraga, Libiriba, Meitei Pangan Community, Punamakna, ZFD, Kaurakliba, General Strikers, the Koi Punamak, Sogat Minasi.
Amid ongoing protests against the census and demands for NRC updation before the exercise, members of JFD Students Wing disrupted training for census enumerators and supervisors at DM College of Teacher Education today. Protesters reached the training venue around 11 a.m. but were stopped by police and CRPF personnel. A brief scuffle followed, with some protesters pushing through the security cordon and leading to a tense standoff. Security personnel later resorted to baton charging when the protesters attempted to force their way through the college gate.
Mamang thakta gisu khoina training tawba mafam khudimak tawba yaroi leba khoi gi miyam gi mayuktani haina ngasi bawsu thinga lai adubu thingna leiliba sarkar sina tabi masigi makhata na thingni haibagi makhanga sisu mafam asida security force mayam ngakuna ngasi makhata na chathaiba tawba se akhoi gi mayoktane ba ngasi tawbiganu haiduna akhoi gi JFT student wing mayam laktuna ngasi akhoi manungda changhanbiyo haiba matam sida manungda changhanba yade akhoi gi kari rai leibano akhoi gi manungda changmage akhoi gi rai lekte haiduna akhoi ngasi leiriba security force mayam sina akhoi bunga ala ngasi akhoi isada ngasi baw akhoi da lathi charge sowe pongmak chaina kaleba ade moi gi masa maki masin nang nupi sing lai sing do khongpang na kaw ka ban thoko haiba akhoi se moi gi masa ma sunat tabra akhoi lai se irana iram dongi isai tum dagi akhoi gi temjabagi lakna teba ngasi akhoi gi ifulu ilaisa ijati se mukhidore kalhausi haiduna akhoi lakpani ba.
JFD Students Wing organized a students' march chanting "No NRC, no census" today. The march began from Kwakatil Tidim ground and proceeded towards Kashampan. Police stopped the protesters near Hodam Leirak, following which the marchers continued towards Kashampan junction before being pushed back near Hodam Leirak by police. Protesters demand a return of IDPs to their original homes before census and action against police personnel accused of using force against protesters. Women members of Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation reportedly interrupted census enumerators and supervisors training at Mahabali LP School in Mahabali, Imphal East District. Despite presence of police and security force personnel in the area, women members of JFD reportedly disrupted the training session from proceeding further. On the other hand, Imphal East Police clarified that there was no instance of JFD members interfering in the training, while claiming that trainees vacated the premises after the training ended.
Census ki matang da ne training tawrame ba yu menung na thugaide thugaibadagi kaide handi hangre adubu pian da ba kholaudi iram da Manipur sida dumak lei horani aduna matung da sigumba thabak miyamna yada ba thaba asida karmachari amorga ju saruk yabi ganu makhoi ju akhoi da makta khara saruk yabiu iram nang khunai se kanbada makhoi ju saruk yabiu haina jefti gi maigei dagi amadi khoi men group tagi miyam gi mafam da press ki kuthang da haijari loina na Iram da masit tungi yumburen gi damakta khallaga makhoi ju kitang saruk yabam thokpra ina khali thoktraga di huralona da sarkar na yarabani na tawbase matungda mona tawbiganu matungda mo na tawba taraga di adu afapata daita punamak moi masa na logjagadi.
JFD Students Wing also staged a protest march in Thoubal today, demanding that the census not be conducted before NRC updation. The march, joined by a large number of students, began from Wangmataba, David Mandop and proceeded along National Highway 102 towards the DC office in Thoubal. Protesters raised slogans including "No NRC, no census." Police personnel were deployed near the DC office to prevent any untoward incident. JFD Organization Secretary Longjam Ratan describes government's decision to proceed with the census as an insult to the people of Manipur. Speaking at a public meeting at Khwaramban Imam Market today, Ratan urged people to launch a non-cooperation movement against the census with online self-enumeration beginning today and door-to-door enumerations scheduled from September 1st. He also appeals to government employees assigned to census duties not to participate and warned of intensified democratic protests if the demand for NRC updation with 1951 as the base year before the census is not addressed.
मखोइना इलीगल इमिग्रेंट्स से डिटेक्ट तौननबगी प्रॉपर एक्शन नमा थबकता लौखलक्तबसिसु यामना लाइबक थीबनी अदु ngasi मोय सेल्फ एनुमरेशन तौरनी हाइरे सेल्फ एनुमरेशन से मोबाइल की ऐप अमद तौगदबनी हाइ अदु जेएफडी की माइकैदगी मणिपुर मियाम हुत संजरगा हाइजनिंगबदी मसिगी सेल्फ एनुमरेशन की प्रोसेस सिदा मदु सिंग ओइबि याइ तम ओइबि याइ इंडिजिनस मी अमतना मसि रेस्पोंड तौबिगनो 31 अगस्त फावबा सेल्फ एनुमरेशन जी सथरगा सेप्टेम्बर की तांग 1 दगी दी हाउस लिस्टिंग युम द लाक्तना सथगदौरिबनी अदुना लमदम सिगे मियामना जेएफडी न तालिबा सुंब डिमांड से सौगत पिबो होइना तांग 1 सेप्टेम्बर दगी करिगुंबा इन्यूमरेटर सिंग न युम द लागा हाउस लिस्टिंग तौगनी हाइरगदी मदुदा नन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट की सरुक अमो होइना सरुक याबिगनु अदुगा जेएफडी अमदि मणिपुर मियामनासु लैहौरिबा मतम सिदा अकंब मखल की खोंजंग चंगजंदना अखोइना सेंसस असि थिंगनी.
Meanwhile, JFD student wing condemned excess by security forces on demonstrators at DM College of Teachers Education. JFD student wing also appealed to police and security force against using excessive force on protesters, while maintaining that JFD is carrying out the demonstrations in the interest of the people, which also include family members of police personnel. Moreover, JFD student wing also demanded action against DSP, who reportedly behaved poorly on student demonstrators during yesterday's protest at Census Operation Office at Porompat.
ngasi sangjalibachisu mahiroi kunai tungi mirojige ihojigi damaktaneba ngasi jo I katpa matamda mahiroi ke ama tholaki gani ba ngasi police department da leiriba tongan balamda simpangni ba khudi mangda khangadabaneba ngasi aikoina taliba je tungi mirolgi nakhoi gi nasana su gi jo yauri baneba nakoina ngasi sinpham bai gi doribdo matam kharagi neba nakoina sahi kharagi matungda nakoi gi nasana su singi oiriba nakoi gi fida dom mitop sana mungi gada baneba ngasi adugi platform je yoba hora baneba sige timing jida nakoina nazati gi oiraba naraisa nafurup singjida nattaba miyeng yengba amadi yamna tamthiba maungda saja chatpa haibse adugi matik condemn tawi.
Members of various CSOs under the banner of Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation were stopped by Kaching police while marching towards Kaching DC complex around 11 a.m. today. 6 representatives were later allowed to meet district officials and submitted an appeal to halt census-related programs, including training. They subsequently met ADM Kaching and raised their demands. A JFD Students' Wing representative urged the centre and state government to defer the census until NRC updation and resettlement of IDPs in their native homes, warning of further action if census-related activities continue.
Census ki training asi torok bataragadi akan ba khongjang changjala haina edem da thamjarambani aduna makhata na karigumba akoina census ki bataragadi akoi makhata na khongjang changjing ne habse thamjarambi karigumba torok bataragadi akoi gi student budi leiba student JFD gi student budi na amadi Kaching district da leiba akoi map mera pai bi kudimang na satra naron leibang miyam na amatoina ihau akan ba ma galloina na changsin ne haba wafom si thamjaraga tension.
A combined team of Imphal East District Police, ANTF, CRPF, Manipur Nagaland Sector, QAT, along with Yadam members, arrested 5 persons and seized more than 1 kg of suspected opium during a drug operation at Kergaon, Awang, Sabal Lekai in Imphal East District. Arrested persons were identified as Ramesh Bhattarai, 36 years, Tej Bahadur Bhandari, age 34, Raju Bhattari, age 33, Abhishek Karki, age 24, and Mahesh Rijwal, age 26, reportedly from Senapati and Kangpopi districts. Acting on intelligence inputs, security personnel intercepted a Hyundai Ion bearing registration number MN01AK2862 and recovered the suspected opium during a search conducted in the presence of a gazetted officer. The 5 accused and seized contraband were handed over to Porompat police station for further legal action. Aimol Road Management Committee warns of intense protests if repair of Kaching district's Palel to Technopal district's Aimol Tampak Road does not resume by September. Committee Chairman Seola Boni Aimol said the road is a vital link not only for the Aimol community but also for other communities. He alleged that construction has stalled over land compensation despite funds reportedly being sanctioned for the project. The committee urged the Chief Minister and concerned departments to intervene and ensure the road work resumes by September, warning that further protests could follow if the issue remains unresolved.
Lambise yam kumsang chang banate adubu government and nuksibi duna kitang quality line shubi naba haiduna paisaju koina khangboda exact sini haibdi ngamdre adubu 80 to 90 lakhs manungdo oiramgani aduda 60% paisa lokthok paibje koin average koina khotpa matamda 40 to 50 lakhs simuk se lokthok pirame adubu khoi gi aimon lambi da thaba mafau sudre 2024 da kaithok kraba paisa ne adu yaraga budi khoi gi leiriba hujik sarkar puriba khoi gi CMC na tawraga khoi gi PWD ki leiriba department singna yam thuna athubada sigi thabak se paikhat pinaba ningsingjari.
Residents of Uchathol in Zirbam district staged a sit-in against the delay in construction of the Gularthol-Uchathol road. The protest, organized by Uchathol Pioneer Club and local residents, was held at Uchathol Lamlong waiting shed. Club President M. Premchandra said repeated appeals to the concerned authorities to complete the road have yielded no result. He warned that protests could intensify if construction is not resumed soon.
High sit-in protest asi hayeng su sathajagani karimba masida koi mari lenaba government department sina response laitagadi koi hiki lambi asi koi thingbagi khongjang phawwa changsilakani aduna makhata na jirbangi local MLA oibiriba koi MLA su mieng chingjanjari high MLA na jirbangi asuk mati phatriba lambi si salibasi hospital gi anabagi koi yamna khudong chadaba do school gi saliba do di security forces maroina VIP lak matamda helipad ta Manipur gi CM lak bada president akhugi lakpa matamda akhugi hariba helipad sigi lambi si satpam oiba aduna maram aduna atu matamda lambi asi akhugi semjanbi haiduna Uchathol club amadi maya paibi selai group ki maige degi hamjari.
Now with that, it's time for a short commercial break. After the break, we'll bring you news on All Manipur Progressive Students Association alleging irregularities in the distribution of midday meals at Uchiwa Government High School. Keep watching Impact News.
Hanba maktada mayamu mazoki make degi taramna option. Mayam mazobta lariba cooler sing asi stock clearance sales toba hauzare. Air cooler gi oina starting price is supna tagi 4500 tagi hauzagani. AC air conditioner gi oina su stock clearance sales tozari mazobta supna tagi 28990 da AC fangbigani.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. All Manipur Progressive Students Association has alleged irregularities in the distribution of midday meals at Uchiwa Government High School, claiming meals are being served only 5 to 6 times a month. Following a complaint, AMSA conducted a surprise inspection and claimed to have found the allegation to be true. Association President Mutum Chinglemba urged Wangoi ZEO to investigate the matter and take action against those responsible for any irregularities.
PM Posan scheme being on Kada, Angang, the hygienic food pizza, and Hibana Simba, Angang, Papa Sinza, pizza, and the reporting Matu in a time, Dangang, the Marini Mangani, the Nasak pizza, the Hibana Simba, Gumaze, Yamatam Sanga, when I studied our Matunda Masidi Posidi, Appoina Manipurgilo, the Masiji, Matana, I told him from Gada, Sweden, Torangani, Highway, Tazaba, Musum Signa, Panama, Mercanda, Masigi Posia, Avoid the other, but Tabak Nikalakana, Sisu Sak pizza, and Limba, he may somebody put his Mamata, Lava, authority in the Akang. MLM Minister Punamagna, Sigum Mafam the Sapiduna, Section Yingiduna, government officer Orgazu, Mafams the EIDI, Orgasu Lapiraganda, School Ziggy Subsaber, equipment, Marita Wadabasing, Hazana criteria sing, Manuti, Madam Chani, and
People's United Youth Alliance Puya General Secretary Longjam Abote says organization stands by its statements and is prepared to respond appropriately if Andhra MLA T.H. Shamkumar files a defamation suit. Speaking during a joint inspection organized by Puya and Foothills Naga Coordinating Committee FNCC to review healthcare facilities in hill areas and Thobal District Hospital, Abote said the organization has sufficient evidence to substantiate its claims. He said Puya has raised several concerns during its inspection at Moirangpuril CHC on July 27 and condemned what the MLA described as attempts to defame him. He maintained that the organization's concerns were related to the condition and functioning of healthcare facilities and should be addressed in the public interest.
Atanasu MLA ga koiga awai kum tongnaroi koi defamation suit torkane habdo tobiro koi accept tokjage matam sana koi reply hananaba madugi sab sab khudam sangdam koi da leijai aduga loina na MLA na mathau tarabo itadi Moirangpuril CAC da doctor mathau taba staff mathau taba sing mari leinaba sing da takshan biramgadabani MLA masamangna Mioi Tramari, Mapum Tabak Hapsal Lakanda, High Riva, Mapum Tabak Puholambasi, CMO Amadi, Marile Nava, Director Kanganda Vida, Torambasi, Masisana, the Portaman, Aduga, Marile Nava sing the Haibagi Mahuta, Emelena, Hostal sing Adugi, Tolo Pibiana, Bagida Makanava, Mio sing the Gi, Peshahan, and Lorom may have Zuyana, Matong Hook Tabakni.
FNCC convener Akui Ngaume highlighted staff shortages and infrastructure issues at Thobal District Hospital. He said the hospital receives around 500 to 600 OPD patients daily, while shortages of nurses and other staff have created difficulties in providing services. Akui also pointed out that major repairs have not been carried out for nearly 20 years, leaving parts of the hospital building in poor condition. He further raised concerns over the effluent treatment plant, saying inadequate functioning has caused difficulties in waste management. He appreciated the hospital staff for continuing to serve people despite the challenges.
Thobal District Hospital da leirigo mayam se jingda atopa koi jingi mi singsu tampa gi mi singsu punna laying kham oibnina mayam gi emergency la ko matamda anaba la ko matamda asida hekta thungno yema mafamni aduna asida awada pa leibu matamda public ta micham praja da awabdo kokna government na tawfam thokpa moina darka taba potudi athuba matam yingsin biyo natradi public myam gi khosauna base government su ubibam thoe habise haijiki.
Following the Transporters and Drivers Council's decision to resume truck operations along National Highway 37, 644 goods-laden trucks stranded at Zirbam started heading for Imphal this morning under the escort of 3 security convoys. Of the 644 trucks, 175 were carrying LPG, petrol, diesel and cement. The Transporters Union expressed gratitude to the state government for fulfilling its commitment to provide security cover for the movement of goods. Wakhalon Manaba Punba Wama Kangle Park will observe the 35th anniversary of Manipuri Midday languages inclusion in the 8th schedule of Indian Constitution at GP Women's College on August 20. The program will honor 5 PhD scholars in Midday language with the organization's top language award along with cash prizes and citations. It will also feature around 50 writers and poets presenting a themed poetry session under Hingminashi Aikoi Ima Leibak Kidamak. Wama President Morangtem Naukamba appeals to the public to participate in the observance.
Manipur gi state asiga mayengna lising aniga taruptagi nadamasigi class 1 to the tangkiba hobuduna hojikti PhD tawba mahiroi kayama yoraka duna maram oraga singi sinoksing phuruk kayagi maruina thatra mahiroi manga phaina Misida Ima Lungi at Foiba Manahanim Fonba Manama citation Conan away Sinazagani, Wakul Tilan Sala and Molon Pukupu Pias the Yum Orega, Lake Bang, a Sigi Manpugi, Mayuk Punterese, Masigi Piasimbaga, Mahirosing in the Quina, Pununtam Tegani, Mitay Londa, Adugalone, Mitay Mekta, Lamdamzik script Manipur scripts even. Assume Makasing as when the Puning Toga Savoina, Wamana, Hena, Matangi, Lakadaba Mahirosina, Lola Sibasakon, the Kumang Jopsina, Honor Nodang the Puning Togapagi Asum Bakana, Manase,
Home healthcare provider JCRE today launched its medical service app, JCRE Meds, aimed at making professional healthcare services more accessible. Launched at Classic Grant, JCRE Managing Director L. Niranjan said the company has been providing skilled home nursing, doctor consultations, emergency ambulance services, medical oxygen support, and lab sample collection since March 2021. He said the app will further improve access to these services at people's homes and strengthen the delivery of reliable home health care.
Apps the same with the processing established or apps koi chahi manga se khudi thijal laga samjan sajal laga tawjar ko mayam atamba maya tamdar ko mayam se tor matung da koi ngasi app se solis gi ga se bani si app si lakpadagi agi wakanda healthcare se amena gachin dagi oiro thobal dagi oiro bishnupur dagi oiro ambulance book toba aduga healthcare se am accessible oye na khanjai.
Wangkhem SC election aspirant Mutum Robindro highlights inadequate drinking water facilities and other developmental issues in the constituency. Addressing residents of 32/1 A and B Hauka Mamang polling station at Hauka Mamang Community Hall, he said the problem stemmed from inadequate attention to various areas and assured that if elected, he would work to address public concerns and accelerate development. National Testing Agency NTA has announced a retest for 3 UGC NET June 2026 papers, English, Commerce and Sociology, following complaints about errors in the question papers. The English and Commerce papers will be held on September 9 from 9 a.m. to 12 noon and 3 to 6 p.m. respectively, while Sociology will be conducted on September 10 from 9 a.m. till 12 noon. The decision followed a committee review which recommended reconducting the 3 papers to ensure a fair and error-free examination. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Governor summons 8th session of the 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly on September 2, 11 a.m. at Assembly Hall. Campaign for just and fair delimitation, JFD calls 2-day statewide general strike from this midnight, demanding NRC updation before census exercise. Combined team arrests 5 persons and seizes more than 1 kg of suspected opium during a drug operation at Khergaon Awang Sabalekai in Imphal East District. Imol Road Management Committee warns of intense protests if repair of Kakching District's Palel to Tengnoupal District's Imol Tampak Road does not resume by September. And National Testing Agency NTA announces a retest of 3 papers of UGC NET examination, English, Commerce and Sociology, following complaints about several errors in these papers. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. Have a great evening and stay safe.
Sri Sri Gaurachandraya Namaha Purvashramda Aikhoi Khwaibu Konbirambi Aikhoigi Ima Saikhom Tombi Devina Mahaki Nusijaraba Imung Manung Sagai Natai Marup Mapang Khwai Pumnamak Thadoklamlaga Haukiba August Nipan da Brindaban Prapti Oikre Lagliba August Kunmathoi Thawangi Mapan Nipan ba Irai Numita Laikitrabi ki Shraddha Din